Prepare to die.
Well, what's up, everybody? I'm Yessie.
I'm Chrissy, and you are listening to the Filthy Beat Inspectors podcast.
We're coming to you live from the studio in Denver, and for this week's episode, we've officially arrested a very special guest, YDG. YDG.
What is up?
Hey.
What's up? Welcome to the
good?
show.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, so YDG, also known as Mikey Garcia, is a producer from San Diego, California. He's been blowing up recently and dropped some insane tracks this year, including the Shape EP and a massive sample pack this month. He has nearly 200,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and is honestly one of the biggest upcoming artists in dubstep right now.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
sorry YDG, but we have you in custody for the next 30 minutes. Hope you're okay with that.
I am okay with it.
Heck yeah. Well, you and Yessie are actually from the same high school in San Diego, right?
yeah. I went there for like 2 years and ended up leaving, but yeah, I remember that. It was crazy. I had no idea. I remember one time I was on live on Instagram and she joined. She's like, "Hey, you remember me? I went to High Tech High." I was like, for a second I did it, and then I looked back and I'm like, wait, I do remember her. We were in a couple classes. It was dope.
Yeah.
And I was crazy.
Yeah, I was remembering some of our friends from like freshman year. We were like in that same, like, remember like the first 30 minutes of school? Like, I don't know, we had like that weird.
We had like some weird class. Yeah,
Like
it wasn't
homeroom
even
or something.
It wasn't even a class. It was just like
It was like
your
a
advisory
a
group.
requirement.
Like advisory
Yeah.
group, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, and then we had something. Didn't we have something after too?
I think so. I don't know, but for those of you who are unfamiliar with High Tech High, it's a project-based school, so there's no tests. I mean, there are now, but back then, in order to pass, you had to do like a formal presentation. So you dress up in business clothes, and they test you on the way you approach the room and handshake your teacher. Like they'll literally deduct points if you don't handshake properly.
I mean, you got to teach people the skills they need for the real world, right?
So they did teach you a lot of skills in the real world, but to get into college, hell no.
No.
To be honest.
A handshake won't get you into college, but
Like, can you
We
help
have a
me?
little special guest.
hey, we got the dubstep doggo.
Yep.
We got
Gucci
Gucci the Frenchie.
here. Yeah.
Oh, hey Gucci. Dang, he swagged out though, that collar.
Yeah, I mean, it's only right. It fits his name.
Yeah, fits his name. He rocks it.
Yeah, and didn't you get a new place in LA? Didn't you just move?
Yeah, I just moved. I was at my old spot for about like 2 years, I think, and I just decided to move, get a new environment. You know, it's kind of like I felt like I had made so much music there that I wasn't feeling it anymore. I needed a new area, a new place. You know, just to like. I don't know. I was just tired of just being in the same place. You know, I kind of just felt a little depressing. I needed a new environment. You know, kind of. So now I've been like, I moved in here about a week already, and I already finished a new song and started like 2 other ones. Yeah, I feel definitely inspired.
Change of pace really helps with the creative process.
And change of environment.
It does. It really does, honestly.
So
I know. Oh, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say, I wanted to hear if you were producing when you were in high school. Like, how long have you been producing? Like, how have you evolved since you started?
In high school, I think I was just starting to like really get into like electronic music. I was just like kind of just DJing, honestly, and then I didn't really start taking music like production seriously and like actually working on music a lot up until like I'd say like my senior year is when I actually like took it really seriously. Like I was like grinding, you know, just like come home from school, work on music.
Super motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I was always working on music 24/7, and that's when I definitely started taking it seriously. I was probably like 17, going on 18 at that time. Yeah.
Well, weren't you Mikey Crook? Because that's what I remember you as.
Yeah,
Mikey Crook.
So before I made bass music and stuff, I was going by Mikey Crook. It was house music. So I was making
Oh.
house music before.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a whole new thing, but it's good because now like it's always good to just stick to different genres, not just stick to one.
Mhm.
You know that. So I feel like it helped me because now I know how to make good house music and bass music too. Like and it's good just to try new things out and just get out of your comfort zone.
And to recognize like when you're being boxed in by something, and like you just did with your new place, to recognize when you do need a new change of pace and a new scenery and a new genre, like a little facelift to be better.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I still make house music to this day. Honestly, I have a couple house songs. Thinking about doing like a house project maybe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you throw down those Twitch live streams. Sometimes you'll throw in
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
house
yeah.
sets. Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, every Sunday. I haven't done them in the past like week because I've been moving and my webcam broke. But I just got it back in the mail, so I'm probably gonna start the streams again on Sunday for house music Sundays.
Everyone wants that daytime
Definitely
house.
a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe. You guys should tune in. Anyone else watching, tune in. We're always vibing in there. It's a cool little community we got on.
Heck yeah.
There.
We'll see you in the chat.
Yeah. Definitely.
Hashtag free YDG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But I don't just do it Sundays too. I'm gonna start doing. Well, I was doing Wednesdays and Thursdays and Sundays, but I'm gonna just cut back to just doing Wednesdays and Sundays. So like Wednesdays, I'll just play kind of like anything really, whether it's like bass music, house, whatever but mainly, whatever, Moonbaton, whatever. But Sundays will be definitely strictly just for house, and then every now and then Thursdays I'll be doing like gaming stuff, playing some COD or some shit.
People love to see that from artists who like normally they're focused on music, but jumping into the video games, I feel like there's a huge audience for that.
Oh, sure. Definitely. Twitch is definitely a huge platform. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely blown up since like March.
Oh yeah. For artists, definitely. But even before that, I mean, it was just strictly for gaming and, but it's definitely popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we saw that YDG stands for Youth, Death, and Glory. So how did you come up with that, going from Mikey Crook to YDG?
Honestly, to be honest with you, YDG didn't really mean anything up until like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Like so when I first started it, I had just picked a name because I thought it sounded cool. Like it was really easy to remember,
Right.
And but I didn't really knew what it stand for. I just kind of just like, oh, YDG, it sounds cool. People would ask me, like, I don't know. I just like I liked it,
Yeah.
Up until like 2 years ago, I actually decided. Me and an old manager of mine, we decided to come up with that new name, and it sounded cool, and we kind of stuck with it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like those are words that everyone can relate to, right? Like everyone has a youth phase, like we all die, and like hopefully everyone's trying to like have that glory and that kind of experience in their life. So it kind of like rounds out the life experience almost.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was definitely a good thing that we named it that, even because before it just didn't mean anything. Actually, before I was thinking about naming it Young, I think, what was it, Young Donut God?
No way, that's a meme.
Yeah. And it was just my whole brand was just gonna be about donuts, but I was like, no, I don't even like donuts. Like, why am I gonna do that?
It's like, think of the logo possibilities with the donuts.
Yeah,
right.
Like it had it. Like if I'm gonna stick with the name, especially for like anyone coming up, if you're gonna come up with a name, like you should have something that like kind of means something to you, that.
Like something that's timeless.
Yeah. Like branding wise, it has to be you. I mean, obviously it doesn't need to, but like it just feels more natural when it does,
Yeah. Well, something that I found out about you today was actually that you had a song, your song Hold Up. It got named the Essential New Tune by Pete Tong. Like, that's huge.
Yeah, I remember that. That was like one of the first couple songs I ever released, and with Dimac especially, it got released with them, and that was super random because that hasn't happened in so long. I don't know if it has recently, but before that, it had been forever since Pete Tong has like had an essential tune that was like bass music, not house. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah, that's
definitely
huge.
a big opportunity. It was cool. It was cool to see
I mean,
and
Pete
kind of
Tong,
hear my name.
he's
Yeah.
he's a godfather of EDM. Like you hear Pete Tong and you automatically think of his show that he had, and like you just think that he was one of the artists that kind of paved the way for EDM.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
would you say that was like a launching moment in your career? Like was it the biggest break into the industry?
No, not really. I would
Uh-huh.
say it was probably one of them, but I definitely don't think it was like my biggest break into the industry, I think.
What else helped launch you?
Well, what really helped a lot was releasing collabs. You know, when I started releasing collabs like with OK, you know, uh, the remixes I did for like Keizo,
Yeah.
and also I think also when Excision started playing some of my songs,
Yeah.
I think that was definitely a big break before, because he didn't even like play any of my songs. And I was waiting for the moment, like, yo, I hope one day if he plays my songs, you know, that'd be great, because if he plays your songs, then that means it's fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and when I think the first song Excision played of mine was Black Easter.
I love that song.
That's a great one.
I think that was the first song, if I can remember. That's when I actually felt like, okay, like if he finally played my song, then like I'm doing something right, you know. And I feel like that was definitely a big break for me. But I mean, I probably had more, but I just can't remember honestly, because I've had a lot of releases, you know, collabs, you know, remixes, opportunities that have definitely helped out. But for me personally, when I saw Excision like play some of my music, and especially even talking to him now a lot more, and like I feel like that was definitely a big break that I needed, because you know he's like the god of bass music.
I know. I
You
feel
know?
like that's a common theme. Like we've interviewed a few people now, and a common theme is that like if you're on Excision's radar, you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, you're doing something right. Yeah, definitely.
You're on
You
track.
know,
Yeah.
and a lot of people started playing more of my music, you know, like since like 2 years ago, because before, you know, I was getting support and all, but I didn't really feel like my music was getting played as much in the bass music scene, like as it is now. I don't know why. I just kind of felt like that, but it's definitely helped a lot ever since you know, I've been getting bigger support.
Yeah, and your music has like a really unique sound. It kind of reminds us of like
Yeah, that's what people
Halloween,
tell
haunted
me. And
house.
Yeah.
I don't know.
you know, honestly, like before, I didn't even think I had a sound. You know, up until, like I said, like everything really started happening for me about like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's when I started noticing that I have a sound, because people were telling me like, hey, like I hear a song, I already know it's you. And I was like, really? Like how? Like I didn't even expect to go for a sound. Like I was just like making music, you know, but at the back of my head, I was always telling myself like, yo, I need a sound, a distinctive sound, so when people hear my songs, they know that it's a YDG track, you know.
Exactly.
And it's when you have a sound that really helps a lot, you know, because if not, like people just think it sounds like something else. But if it sounds like you,
Yeah.
then you're doing something right, you know. And I really started noticing that after I was getting a lot of like feedback from people saying like, yo, like I heard your song got played, and I didn't even know it was you, but I could already tell, and it was unreleased. You know, people can just know it, and I feel like when you have that a sound, it's definitely a good thing.
I feel like I really picked up on your sound when you dropped Black Easter, because the intro to it, it's like kind of spooky. Like that's
kind of like where it all started, honestly, because I didn't really have a sound before. I was just kind of just like making stuff, but I didn't think I had a sound. I was just like making music. But up until like Black Easter and all those other releases, like people started messaging me and telling me, or like saying, yo, I heard your song, or it sounds like you, I can really tell, blah blah, or like, you know, just stuff like that. And I was I really noticed it after that. Yeah.
Yeah, people kind of jump on it when they hear something that's different, but you're like the only one with that sound, so that obviously gets you like big fans. And then you have people coming
Hmm.
up to you, like you said, you didn't even know artists were playing your music, and they're like, "I heard your song."
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Like people saying, "Yo, I'm from all over the places."
Mhm.
Festivals, clubs, all over the world. Like people from everywhere. Like just from bigger artists I didn't even know would play my music, and you know they just have it somehow. I guess they would go on my SoundCloud and download it,
Mm-hmm.
but and it was definitely a cool feeling.
So recently you actually released, I think it was like this month, obviously, a sample pack. It's a pretty big sample pack.
Hmm.
Have you released any sample packs before, or was this your first one?
No, honestly, I never even thought about releasing a sample pack. Like that never came across my mind ever. But it's it was kind of cool doing it because um, samples are really cool. Like
Mm-hmm.
some people are like, oh no, you shouldn't use samples. It's bad. You should create your own sounds. But like, as long as it doesn't sound like it, you can mess with it. Do
Mm-hmm.
some cool sound design. Doesn't need to sound the same.
Yeah.
And it's
Exactly.
easier. I know a lot of people that don't even use serum. People just use samples and just make them different. Or
Mm-hmm.
in Ableton they just resample all the audio until it just sounds totally different. It sounds cool.
Yeah, and it's a starting point for some up and coming artists too.
Yeah,
Yeah, who are just
exactly.
getting
That's true.
started.
You're helping out. It's a win-win because you're helping out artists, and like obviously during this whole pandemic, it's hard, to like make some money with everything going on, especially for artists. So we got to find different ways, and doing Twitch streams, doing
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, sample packs, all that type of stuff, just anything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, just I just thought it would be cool just to do it, and it's doing really well. I'm glad that people that bought it so far are happy with it. Like some
Mm-hmm.
guy, I forgot who it was, but he sent me a video on Instagram of him using the samples that he used for my song,
Uh-huh.
and it sounds actually really tight. I was like, holy shit, like it
Hey.
sounds dope.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like taking your parts and creating something that you would have never thought to create
different.
with it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, holy shit, it's kind of cool. So
Yeah, that's
it's
awesome.
yeah, it's definitely cool. I've been getting a couple of videos from people, and it's tight to see people like getting inspired to work on music and and like coming up with dope shit. So it's cool.
Are you
Yeah.
working on any other like outside of the box, like really creative type projects right now?
Um, I mean, yeah, I've been kind of like just doing some drum and bass,
Oh,
um, some jump up. Um,
Okay.
I even worked on a hardstyle song,
that's
and
awesome.
I don't know. I just kind of just doing a lot of different things, just kind of just
Yeah.
like having fun with it. I think right now is like a good time to just have fun with music. Don't force it, Like we have all this time. There's no shows going on for a while. Right now
Mm-hmm.
is a good time to step out of your comfort zone and just kind of do whatever you like.
Honestly.
It doesn't need to sound how like other people want it to, Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes
Yeah.
think with artists like you think, oh, it has to sound like this because if it doesn't, no one's gonna fuck with it. But
Yeah. You shouldn't care what other people think.
you shouldn't, because when you don't and you actually like it, it's better, because the people that like it too are gonna. That's how it's like your real fans and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
it's your art. You shouldn't have to answer to anyone.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to force it. You shouldn't have to do what other people say. You just have fun with it, honestly. So
Yeah.
I feel
So,
like I definitely been getting creative.
yeah, it sounds like you've been super productive during this whole pandemic. Has it
Yeah,
been
yeah. I mean,
like, were you touring a lot? And like, is it nice to like take a break and actually work on some more
before,
music?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Before I was actually getting a lot of shows, even the year before too. And this year I had a good amount of shows lined up, and this year was going to be really good, but unfortunately all this stuff happened. It sucks.
Mm-hmm. You're not the
But
only one.
yeah. But whatever, it's fine. Next year, hopefully next year,
Mm-hmm.
things will be better. People will wear masks, and
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
actually like get back to being normal. Honestly,
Yeah. Have you done any like international shows or like
Canada,
Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
Montreal?
uh, no, Vancouver, and I had went to another one before. I went like late last year. Fuck, what was it? Not Edmonton.
Calgary?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Calgary. Yeah,
Calgary is amazing. I
Yeah.
actually really like that town.
yeah. I think when I went, it was like snowing, so it was cool.
Oh, how nice. Yeah, we want to get
Yeah,
up there and actually go camping and hiking because the Canadian Rockies look stunning.
They're
yeah.
absolutely
It's just
stunning.
dope. But besides Canada, it's just been there, and I think I had one show in Mexico a long time ago, but honestly, nowhere else really. Not that I can think of. Just mainly the U.S.
Mm-hmm. What would be your dream location to tour or to play a show or a festival?
Definitely Asia
Yeah.
and Japan.
We were literally just talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah, the Asian market is blowing up, especially in the dubstep scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Asia and Europe. I always wanted to go to Europe too.
There's some really cool festivals in Europe, like down in Italy and Austria. Like even Perukaville in Germany is a huge bucket list festival for me.
And Rampage.
Mm-hmm. Rampage.
Budapest. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
those
definitely
festivals.
definitely all those areas,
Yeah.
because those are good areas for bass music too.
Mm-hmm. What has been like the standout show of your career so far? Like the best show you've ever played?
Best show. Um, if I had to think, really good, probably. Um, there's there's a few. But I think the main one that stands out to me right now would probably be Crush SoCal, because that was probably one of the biggest crowds I'd played for.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the NOS Event Center,
Oh yeah.
and in like the dome thing. I forgot. I don't know what it's called, but there was at least like probably 10,000 people or some shit in there. So that was really cool because I've always wanted to play for a big crowd like that. So that was definitely a cool thing to check off.
Yeah. Massive energy.
Yeah, it was that one. That show was insane. I think that one, probably the main one, would be the main show. But there's been really cool ones like Das Energy was tight,
Oh
and
yeah.
Utah.
Utah, right? Yep.
That one was really cool because I played on the same stage as like I think Deadmau5 was playing that night or some shit, or was it Cascade? I don't know.
Still, those are big
I
names.
actually another one to be dope was dope. I think it was EDC in 2017. I had played right before Cascade's special guest set.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
That one was tight. I think that was like another like a 10K crowd too.
Yeah, he drives a lot of traffic to the stages.
Yeah, it was a surprise set. No one had known until like they got the info on the EDC app, like I think an hour before.
Yeah.
So everyone headed there. It was tight. He was like right there on stage, right next to me, watching me play, vibing with his wife and stuff. It was cool. That was definitely a cool moment because he was right behind me, chilling.
Yeah.
You can tell that he definitely liked the set. So that was probably another cool moment, honestly.
At an art cart or?
Yeah, that was an art cart. I forgot which one, but it was really dope. It had like a cool stage.
Mm-hmm. Those art carts are like some of the best sets, honestly. I love how they all have like random back to backs or like surprise sets.
Yeah, and I didn't even know he was gonna play until like I think they told me like 2-3 hours before, and they're like, "Yo, I think it was either supposed to be Hardwell or Cascade." They had told me, and then last minute I guess it was Cascade. And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Those are both huge acts to follow.
For real.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah. So it was definitely cool.
Hell yeah. So how do you land a spot at EDC?
I mean, gotta have a good team, good music goes a long way. I mean, nowadays it kind of sucks because it's kind of more about who's on your team rather than the music.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about who you know, kind of.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I think it should be more about the music, and I know a lot of people can agree too that it's always the same people on the lineup. Some people don't even make their own music and shit. It's
we know plenty of those.
It's tough, but I feel like now it just really comes down to like who you got on your team.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got the music, that's perfect, but you got to have a good team.
Yeah, that networking component, I mean, that's key right there.
Yeah, definitely. If you got someone that believes in you and is able to get shit done, and then that's fucking good. You need that.
Yeah. Who would you say right now are like some of the biggest influencers in the scene? Like, who do you think is about to blow up?
Uh, People only I can think of that are like actually changing the scene and actually helping it out a lot and inspiring a lot of people, I think would be Subtronics, Peekaboo, and Sudden Death,
Yes.
Eptic.
Yeah.
I feel like all those people, all those guys are all killing it. Like they all have their own sound. It's different. They don't give a fuck doing whatever they like, and it sounds great. And genuine good people. And I feel like those are like the top people that are actually like changing the scene and helping it, and definitely doing good. It's been inspiring a lot of people.
It's cool to see like them launching projects off of what they have, like the Void stuff with Sudden Death. I mean, that stuff is so creative to see, and he could have just ran with Sudden Death and like been perfectly fine. But the fact that he's like injecting some more creativity into this new project that he has, I think
And
everyone,
levitating.
yeah, levitating.
Yeah, levitating, right?
Yeah,
That shit
people
was
love to
wild.
see those projects.
Definitely. I feel like those are all the people that are just like kind of paving the way for like us younger producers and stuff, and definitely killing it.
I agree. So like what do you do during the day? I mean, besides making music, what do you do?
Honestly,
you and Gucci the Frenchie.
yeah. I mean, just kind of just working on music every day, kind of um, trying to stay busy, honestly, just by trying to do new things. I've recently been trying to like not focus so much on music, but also get out of the house and do different things that I wouldn't normally do, like go hiking, or working out, or just doing other stuff besides music. Because I feel like if you do that too much, it's gonna like take a toll on you. You need to get out of your house sometimes.
Get the other side of your brain working.
Find that balance.
Yeah, definitely. So I've, been trying to like just get out the house more, do more things I would normally do, get inspired that way,
Yeah.
It's definitely been helping a lot. And I come back, I work on projects, I um, mentors and all that, mentoring. I've been getting recently into that. People have been hitting me up for like mentoring classes. I never really thought about doing it before, and I don't really do it as much, but um, it's definitely something that I'm considering doing more because it's cool to help out people and show people what's going on, how to use Ableton and stuff, and it's dope.
It's cool to say that you're at the point in your career where you can mentor people.
Yeah, I didn't think I was,
Like,
because honestly, I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing half the time when I make music.
yeah.
I'm just, and I feel like a lot of people can agree too that some people don't even know music theory. I know a little bit of it, but besides that, like, I don't know like proper like chord structures or any of that stuff or anything. But I'd still do it, like.
Did you teach yourself how to produce?
Yeah.
Self-taught.
No one taught me anything, like YouTube and just kind of like trial and error, honestly. Just messing up, learning and learning, kind of like that.
That's the way to go. And I mean, honestly, you just got to dive right in. And like what you said earlier, you shouldn't care what other people think. You should just dive right in and stop thinking about it so much. Just do the damn thing.
Yeah, and don't be scared of failing either, because that's how you learn the most.
Exactly. And you don't need like a fancy school or nothing like that to go and learn. Because I went to Icon for about like I think like 3 months, and I'm not bashing them. They're definitely a great school, but I just thought like it wasn't for me. Like, one, no offense, but it was kind of expensive.
I've heard
it was
that,
really
yeah.
expensive. But great people, but it was just a little too expensive, so I couldn't do it. And I ended up just leaving and just kind of just like teaching myself, honestly. Like, you don't need a fancy school. Like, a lot of these big producers never went to school. Just YouTube. You can learn anything off the internet now, honestly. And just like trial and error, you know, just fucking open up Ableton. Like, you're not gonna break it.
Yeah.
Worst case, if it sounds bad, sounds like shit, then all right, it's fine.
Start over.
Start over,
Yeah,
make new
exactly.
stuff, and yeah, I mean, kind of just how it is. Like, you don't need nothing fancy. You don't need crazy studio setup. Like, I've been using the same speakers since I first started making music. Dead ass.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
KRK Rockets 5s. I've been using these bad boys since I first started making music, and haven't switched up. But I do want new ones eventually. But I mean, it just goes to say that you don't need a fancy studio like
Mm-hmm.
to make great music.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this industry too, is like you don't need to be professionally trained, but if you have a vision and you have a style and you're working hard, then you can hang with anyone and you can become one of the best. You just have to work at it and be unique.
And stay consistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, get that sound, get your sound right, you know, and don't be afraid to hit up people, you know, for like collabs or to send music. Just send it. Don't hold back. That's kind of the thing that I learned. You know, like a lot of these opportunities I've gotten are for me hitting people up myself. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Create your own opportunities.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta do it yourself because no one's gonna do it better than you. Honestly, you know, like if you want it done right, just do it yourself, and that's what I would do. Like for big remixes or like shows or whatever. Not all the time, but sometimes it would just come from me, honestly, like just hitting people up, like dead ass. You don't be shy, you know. Worst case that happens is they don't reply.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not gonna be like, oh, fuck this guy,
Yeah.
why'd he hit me up? You know, like no one's gonna care. Just like hit people up, the artists up. Who cares? Like everyone's cool in this community. No one, I mean, there's obviously a few like people that are weird and annoying, but besides that, like
in any industry,
Yeah.
there's annoying people.
yeah. But like besides that, like just hit people up. Don't be afraid. You know, you what do you say? Closed mouth doesn't get fed.
Yeah.
Right?
Be your own advocate.
Yeah. You know, like just don't be afraid.
And-
Just do it.
And even if they say
You know,
no,
whatever.
yeah, even if they say no,
Yeah, even
that's
say
gonna
no,
get
like,
you.
that's the worst.
That's gonna get you closer to your next yes.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Worst case, they don't reply or they say no, and you know, okay, that's fine. Hit them up another time. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to send out music. Don't be afraid to ask for any opportunities. Just ask. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Send it.
Send it.
Full send.
Yeah, send it.
Full send.
Full send.
We love to see it.
Yep.
So, Mikey, we're going to change it up a bit here. So, we're going to do like this little round. It's my favorite personally. It's called the lightning round. So, we're just going to ask some quick
Lightning
questions.
round.
Yeah.
All right.
So, we're just going to ask some quick questions. So, the first one is, do you prefer intimate sets or large festivals?
I like both. But I
enough.
would say I feel like a lot of people would agree that intimate sets are better because you can kind of like see how people are reacting to certain songs. It's playing festivals, like you can't really see because you're high up, you know, and like you're far away, and so it's kind of hard to see how people react to it.
Yeah.
So especially when you have new music, you know, and like, so I think intimate sets are really fun. I would say those.
Yeah. Next question. What has been your go-to quarantini drink?
We see you making those drinks all the time on the Insta live streams.
Oh yeah. I would say I don't know, White Claws.
Claws up.
Yeah, I stay drinking White Claws honestly.
What
So,
flavor?
I really like ruby grapefruit, mango, and I think the lemon lime. That one tastes like Sprite.
The lime ones are really good.
Yeah. So I would just White Claws honestly.
I'm a Truly's girl.
Yeah.
Really, they're fire too. I've tried some. They're actually pretty good.
There's like this new Truly lemonade that everyone's on.
It was like
nowadays.
black cherry or something like that.
It's like the black cans, and they're like a bunch.
Yeah. I have a few actually. They're pretty good.
They're pretty bomb.
Mhm. I feel like
Yeah.
every beer is trying to make a seltzer now. Like all the craft beers have a seltzer. Like I've even
Yeah.
seen the big.
Even the Colorado beer. I don't know what. There's hundreds of breweries out here, but one of the
I
Colorado
bet.
breweries out here made a new seltzer. Apparently.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Some are better than others, you know.
Yeah. I've tried I think it was like the It was like a beer one. It was a Bud Light or Corona. One of them
The
made.
Yeah.
Corona
a seltzer.
seltzers.
And the
Yeah.
Bud
Yeah,
Light,
those were okay. Yeah.
they're too light. I don't know. They're not
Yeah,
that strong.
I would just stick to White Claw. Honestly. Yeah, I think that's my go-to.
So next question: what's your favorite BPM?
150.
What do you keep in your studio?
I have my Switch. I have this cool action figure of Jason.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And a few candles of Scream, Ghostface, and then
Ghostface.
I don't know if you can see it,
Mhm.
and then a pumpkin one. I mean, that's kind of it, honestly.
So you're excited for Halloween then?
Yeah and no, because I know everything's gonna be closed, but I am
True.
still excited. I mean, October is like my favorite month. Honestly, I wish my birthday was in October. I'd go crazy.
Yeah.
I would too. So if you're a raver and you go to a festival, would you prefer to camp or stay at a hotel?
Hotel. I'm not a camping person. I want to shower and like be away from everyone.
What is the real bass capital? Is it Denver or is it Montreal?
I don't know. I've never been to either.
Hard to
I was
tell.
supposed to have a Denver show this year though,
Oh
so I would
no.
find out. Yeah, I know,
Bummer.
but I don't know. I think Denver. I mean, I see a lot of people from Denver talking about bass music, so
Yeah. They
I
say
wouldn't know for sure. I wouldn't know for sure until I went. So I don't
They
know. It's
say
hard,
that-
it's hard to say.
Denver's the bass capital of America, but Montreal is the bass capital of the world.
Damn.
I wouldn't
see
know
it.
though. I've never been to Montreal either, so we're trying to figure the question out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't even know. So serum or face plant?
Serum. I've never used faceplant.
Okay, Lyft or Uber?
Lyft.
All right, I agree.
Yeah. Uber is a little sus.
Yeah, they've been creating some sketchy market type stuff, I heard.
Yeah, they're a little sus.
Well, even the drivers, they don't do like a whole background check on them. And
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I only knew that because before COVID happened, I was also driving with Uber and Lyft. Like, I would just work my full-time job, and then
Yeah.
if I was really bored, I would just drink a cup of coffee, really, really strong, and just go drive until like 2 a.m. And when I signed
Dang.
up, at Uber, they
You've
didn't
had
even do like a
I'm
background
pretty
check.
sure you have a couple crazy experiences, huh?
You know, honestly, not as much as I thought. The only craziest experience I had was I picked up some dude and he got in the front seat, and then as I was about to drive off, he was like, wait, I forgot my phone in the bar. So then he got out of the car, and then my seat was soaking wet. I have leather seats, and it was literally.
Wait, did he pee?
Gross.
I don't know, dude. I don't know if he was
Sweaty, maybe?
just. I don't know if he
Sweaty
was just sweating his balls off or he peed.
Ew.
It was so gross.
Oh my
And then you're
God.
like, don't get back in my car.
Please stay away.
Yeah.
Don't get back in my car.
Damn.
Other than that, then sometimes you'll deal with some drunk guys who just yell and they're like, "Hey, Miss Uber,
Too much.
Yeah.
can I take the aux?"
Rude.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, dude, I have a name. Just your Uber driver has a name, you know. But that's about it. Dealing with drunk people.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah. Well, one last question. So, SoundCloud or Spotify?
Spotify. Even though Spotify should be paying artists more,
Yeah, we've
I
heard
agree.
that.
SoundCloud is just it's fucked.
A lot of people think it's going to be dead in a year.
Yeah, SoundCloud is fucked. Spotify is the move,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. They just need to pay artists more.
Yeah.
and then the owner of Spotify saying that what did he say? I think he said that artists should be releasing music once every 1 to 3 years or some bullshit like that. I think he said. I can't remember what he said, but it was something stupid, and people were like, "Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but Spotify though.
Well, when we first started the interview, you said that you might have a sneak peek of this song that you just finished for us.
Can we
So,
hear it?
We would love to hear it.
Yeah. Where'd it go? Don't. I had it right here. Hold on.
It sounds like Gucci also wants to hear it. He's barking like crazy in the background.
He is. Hold on 1 second. Where'd it go? I might just have to play it off SoundCloud, even though it's a shit quality on there. Wait. I can't believe I just lost it. Hold on.
Oh no.
Tune. This is what happens when you don't name your songs right.
They
Too
get,
many files.
yeah, lost in the hard drive.
Yeah. Oh, I found it. There you go. Wait.
We'll see how it sounds.
We
Yeah.
need to inspect this beat.
It's hold on. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna put it to the speaker so you can hear better. Hold on.
Oh, there's that signature YDG sound.
Yeah.
The Halloween.
A lot of bass.
Yeah, I could vibe to that.
And this is the second drop.
Could definitely vibe to this.
I want to hear it on the big speakers now.
I know. But yeah, that's some new stuff I just finished. I have to work on it a little more. It's basically finished, but I just gotta tweak some things, but it's there.
Hell yeah.
That new whip.
Yep, definitely. It's not heavy, but it's definitely something you can vibe to. And when you hear on speakers, the bass on there, the sub, it's fat. It definitely hits.
And it has your own little twist to it too. So
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
everyone will love it.
Oh, yeah,
I liked it a
it's
lot.
dope.
We'll have
Thank
to issue
you,
a
thank you.
citation
Yeah.
Yeah.
for this filth. Well,
Definitely.
Mikey, do you have any final words that you would like to say to everyone who's listening right now?
I mean, any upcoming producers, young producers, just keep going at it. Don't give up. Don't stop now. Just because we got this whole pandemic going on, there's a lot of shit going on. It kind of feel down, but don't let it stop you. Keep going, and we're gonna get through this shit eventually. And wear your fucking mask so we can get back to normal.
Yeah, exactly. We're all in this together.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we can play some shows, get back out there, and headbang.
Yes. We'll see you at the rail.
Yep.
Break some more rails.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Yeah,
You
it was
too.
great.
Bye, guys.
It was great catching up. So, to all the
Yeah.
High Tech High homies as well.
What's up?
What's up, everybody? So, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
But,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. And stay safe. and keep killing
You
it out there,
too.
dude. Keep crushing it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Can't wait to hear more.